find the rest of the schedule.
All right, should we move on to the match now? Because I think they're going live in 18 seconds.
That sounds sensible.
Oh, yes, I would recommend it. Yeah.
All right. I assume they're live after warm-up.
Yes. Yeah.
If only the admin was here to ask.
If only you had 2 admins in the call.
All right, we haven't mentioned this match yet, I don't think, but it's Epos, n0body, Acrose, and Floyd.
Yep. I feel this is important information for everyone watching to know. Nobody right now, to the extent of my knowledge, is drunk. So...
Maybe he drives better when he's drunk. Maybe he's one of those.
Maybe. He has suggested this, and...
Because
he's
his problem last
terrible.
week... No, his problem last week was... It got into his head. Like, he was second or first in some rounds. It got into his head, and then he bottled it towards the end of the maps. And so it'll be interesting if he can hold it together with a bit of Dutch courage. It looks like he's taken some very wide lines.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's paying off so far, but
All right,
Acrose leading from Epos here. It's looking pretty close at the top.
I think nobody is going to catch up with Varwed.
Oh,
Epos is catching.
Epos went so wide there.
He's past the Crows.
Takes it.
Straight in
right.
for 57s to kick things off.
Let's hear your predictions. I was going to do it before this round, but we kind of left it a little late.
You see the order of the names on the screen currently.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
You're going to go Floyd over n0body. Okay.
I did the exact same thing on my predictions.
Yeah.
I put n0body third because I didn't realise he would be drunk. Acrose has popped up the first one. I was going to say I think it's going to be a lot tighter between Epos and Acrose than everyone thinks. Acrose got a little bit of a thing to prove after last week, started so strongly and then sort of faded away, and Wizzy ended up wiping the floor with him. He's got world record on Clueless by about...
the 10th, isn't it?
Yeah. I think
margin.
he's Boz. I think he's about 700s ahead of Boz, and then between sort of Boz and everyone else, there's about 0.2.
Ooh, crash from n0body there.
Was that n0body? Oh, and Acrose gets away with not getting a last placer.
Very important second place for Floyd's there. To be honest, Floyd is someone who I didn't necessarily expect to be in Div 1, and so matches like these for Floyd, it's just don't come last. Just try and get something a lot of the time, and if he can pick up third, I imagine he'll be happy with that.
Or be on the same amount of points as Acrose after a few rounds.
Yeah.
Yep. That is what happens when Acrose decides to drive into the very first wall on the map. Something he opts not to do this time.
Yeah, gets a good line here, off to a good start.
One thing to note for players like Floyd, who some people may not have necessarily expected to be in Div 1, is how good experience it is, competitive experience for future tournaments. Is the best way to improve is to play against people that are better than you, and to force you to have to make, you know, those adjustments in order to keep up. Dropping yourself in the deep end, if it were.
Yeah.
Last season, I played against Floyd in my very first match, and he has come along so far from then, because he had no idea how to play in a match at that point, and he ended up coming last. Actually.
Mistake from Epos.
Click the outside.
And it's super close between Acrose and n0body.
Story time has ended. What's going on here?
Oh, Epos comes last.
Epos last, n0body challenging for first. What is going on here?
Tell ya, give n0body a couple of pints, put him behind the wheel. He's much better.
I would like to make it clear that we are not endorsing drink driving here.
Floyd is a little bit behind at the start there. Who's that? Who's clipped? Is that
n0body into the wall?
It looks like it's between Epos and Acrose again.
Acrose with an early lead here. Goes for that wide line, which... It looks good. I regret not training about myself now that Matt is out of rotation.
Yeah.
It's frustrating there, but it's worked out well for Acrose here, going into his sausage drift. We're looking. Oh my god! Epos
great line
gets
from
a
Epos there.
Perfect line there.
A bit of a release from Acrose.
Yeah.
Yep. And Epos so comfortable on dirt at the surface.
Finishes it comfortably. So.
Yep. 0.3 in the end.
And a decent time there. Well, actually, he's already beaten that this round. I think that's just the type of time that you expect from him. I think, yeah, we'll possibly see a 0.7 when this comes back around next time.
Yeah, they'll be a bit more warmed up at that point.
Yeah.
Acrose remembers the name of the map.
And he was reminding me to change the dings.
Oh yeah. Give a nice little world record time up at the top.
Why did he say that? That's bugging me now. Why has he just said worm? Maybe it's to help him remember when he's going around the track. All right, how do we think the ice is going to go for these guys?
Not well for Floyd. Looking at warm up.
The thing is, even at the higher levels, ice is still a difficult surface. You'll see people sliding out even in World Cups and Grand Leagues and stuff in the past on ice sections.
Yeah. It's such a unreliable surface to drive on.
I think it just takes a lot of practice, but because it's so, comparatively rare, people just don't bother as much.
Yeah, there's very few people who are like alright at ice. You seem to be all or nothing.
Look at the time Epos just drove.
I didn't see.
56 flat.
56 flat in warm up. He'll be kicking himself for not driving that maybe 30 seconds later.
Just to let everybody know, that's within a 0.1 of the world record.
Yeah. That's a nut warm up. So yeah, Epos may be aware of the potential threat of Acrose has tracked a little more for this match from the last one.
Super close here. Oh, it's a very wide line from Acrose.
Gets good speed coming out of it, though.
Yeah, it works well for him.
I don't know how n0body survived that, by the way. That was all over the shop. It's super close up front, as you'd expect. If any of them make a mistake, Floyd is directly behind.
Acrose loses the gear. Epos goes very tight, but I think he's still going to make it.
He will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only a 0.6 from Epos. Kind of washed.
That's what I'm thinking. Impressive performance so far, apart from that one round where he... In fact, is that one round when he lost 10 points and came last is the only points he's lost, right?
Yep. Yes.
Well... And he was right up in that round. He was like first or second when he crashed.
Oh, Acrose has lost the gear. So has Floyd, I think.
You know what? Losing the gear, if you take it a more inside, isn't actually that punishing. It's a little bit punishing, but it's not like... Normally when you lose a gear, you'd lose like, I don't know, 0.2 or 0.3. But this, if you've taken the inside line, you barely lose 0.1. Okay, Floyd's had a really bad ice section. Nobody's within touching distance of Acrose and Epos, but Acrose touches.
Acrose touches. Can n0body keep his double vision in check enough to make it into the finish? Pick up a valuable second place.
Which finish?
Oh, nearly! Jesus.
300ths between third and fourth there.
Yeah, they both made a mistake. One on the ice, one clip. Those domination rankings that you were talking about earlier might need an update. Is that a bad start from Acrose? Did he get a... No, he just lagged. Okay.
Nope.
Was it Epos? Someone was... Yeah. Had a bad start on my screen.
Yeah. The rankings I came up with was Epos as having 4th best performance in Div 1.
Did you see that little release there from Epos? He released on the jump up there and he overtook everyone with it.
Secret line.
Might be.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just had a bad lineup and had to release, or if that was an intentional strat, but whatever it is, he caught up.
Yeah, it worked for him. Epos and Acrose leading way here once again. Floyd in 3rd, nobody 4th.
Oh, Floyd's crashed though. He's gonna need to go. He's gonna need to go safe
Nobody
finish.
has also
He
crashed quite badly.
He at least commits directly to the straight finish. Straight finish? Safe finish.
Nobody hasn't made it into the risky.
Oh, why is he still going for it?
It's...
Yo, mama, indeed. A beautiful horn. I just realised I'm not sure if the horn will have loaded for Yatta, but...
It did.
No.
It
did.
Nice.
Cool.
It did.
Glad to hear. I think you'd had a mixed bag in terms of skins loading in, so...
Epos loses the gear. He's going to find himself a bit behind her.
Have a real challenge to keep his record up now, isn't he? Let's see. Does he release again? He does.
He does, yeah.
Oh, and he lands on the magnet so early.
I think he's the only one doing that. I don't even think Acrose is doing that.
No, he's not.
Oh, look at the speed. Oh,
Nobody slides out, and it's a 3-horse race now.
This is terrifying.
Yep.
Oh,
Acrose loses ground contact.
See ya. I think Epos will just feel a sense of relief that he can see a 1 on the back of his car again.
Yeah.
No, Acrose gets a pretty pants line up there, and there we go. Crash from Acrose.
He's on full last.
Yeah, that brings us up to a 30-point lead for Epos, and this is not a repeat of last week for him.
It's relatively close between Floyd and Acrose.
Yeah, 10 points in it. A couple of rounds in it.
Yeah, close when you'd expect.
Going into a map that Acrose does have world record on though.
And I'd even changed the UI so we can see that now. His time is a 0.3.
It is. Although I did have a look at the records on this one. It seems like Epos and Acrose have very similar lines, very similar times, all the way through the map until I think the very last dirt section and drift, where Acrose gets them very nicely, and that's where the difference is. So I don't think he's got a significant advantage over anyone else.
Maybe significant enough to get around off Epos.
Yeah. Also, when did Epos change his tag to W, to Wombo? Has that always been like that, or
wasn't it after
like that last week?
Wasn't it after he won BIPC?
Was it?
Yeah, he got. He was kind of quietly on trial for Wombo during BIPC. Then the manager, the wonderful Yacosto, hopped in the chat and said, if Epos wins BIPC, he will instantly be added to Wombo main team. And sure enough,
lo and behold. Yeah.
Yep.
I must have
Considering Epos probably went in as 3rd favourite.
Yeah.
Then drove probably the second best match of his entire life. The first has to go to Racers Summit.
Racers Summit, yeah, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, he has come on leaps and bounds as a player. He's definitely broken into that top handful.
Yeah.
With the likes of Boz and Wizzy and...
Pack?
Not yet.
Not quite.
Not yet. Until we see another Brit in at least Challenger League, we can't discuss that.
Hey,
But
or
if any
Irishman.
Brit's
Come on,
gonna do
Padster.
Or an Irishman.
Come on, Padster.
Come on. Or a Welshman, or a Scotsman.
That would
I
require
think,
Hotspot to play the game again.
Whoa.
Epos touches the wall here, though. Good drop down to 3rd here. Epos
Oh, he just turned on his boosters for some reason, and now he's back and past nobody. Okay, I think we need a mistake from Acrose here to keep Epos going.
Epos not touch wall there.
And
really?
The unthinkable has happened, and Epos has lost a round. He's still got a 0.4 with that crash.
Yep.
How did he get the time back?
faster than my PB. With the crash.
We don't talk about how much faster than my PB that is.
We talking seconds or minutes?
That would involve talking about it.
Immediate crash there for Floyd. This very first drift seems to be catching a few people out. I'm glad my match wasn't streamed because I definitely would have been included in background. I went into that poll a few more times than I should have. It's one of those sections of the track that shouldn't be difficult, but just inexplicably is. Especially when you're feeling the nerves, feeling a little shaky in a match. It's just easy to try and go for too much speed.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And instead, go for a pole.
Yeah. Oh.
Super close
Very
up
close
front.
to the outside there.
These two neck and neck.
Who's going to get the better last drift? Oh, it looks like it's Acrose, but will he have enough speed? Not quite.
Not quite, and by
Epos got a very nice dirt turn, which counted for that.
58 flat? Okay, actually that's not as quick as I thought. Ignore me.
Is WR definitely 57.3?
Are
they really 0.7 off of WR? I was expecting a lot more
57.3 sounds about right to me.
Yeah, right.
Oh, so they're washed, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Well, on last week, on all of the maps, they were doing 0.2 off of WR.
Right,
maybe they both crashed and we didn't notice.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, Epos and Acrose neck and neck here.
Nearly throw a blanket over all four of them.
Yeah, Floyd doing well to keep up here. Well, and n0body as well. n0body we could do with a couple of good results
Floyd's
in a row here. Floyd gets a bit of a dodgy line through there, and n0body is going to retain third place.
Oh, is he?
Oh.
Is he? No, he's not.
How do you fail this safest risky?
He got a terrible line off the drift. He didn't drift enough, so he was going to go into the wall, so he had to release, and then he tried to like swing to the left and did it too much. But that actually has big repercussions in the battle for third.
Yeah. 6-point swing.
Oh, Epos, he's out of here.
Oh, Epos has been on a little adventure there. And although he can seem to win almost every time, I don't think even he's going to make up a 1.8 second gap.
Well, you say that. If you're going to put it past anyone.
Yeah. I mean, we've certainly seen 1.8 second gaps bottled on the stream already.
True.
But not in Div 1. And Acrose.
Oh, n0body, what is that
n0body
line?
Into the wall.
There's one of them. No, to be honest, I think even he's still going to stay ahead of Epos, but it'll be close.
Well, once if he makes the finish. Okay, there we go.
Just too much to do. So Epos is human.
Confirmed.
What Acrose really needs to do is stay in touch with Epos until the other two go out. Realistically,
yeah.
If the gap gets too big, it'll become insurmountable at that point, because the points that you lose will change down to 8 rather than 10 for last place. So it'll just be, too little, too late.
Yeah. And I think if he can keep it close right up to the end, I think the pressure will start being on Epos. Came into the chat last week, sort of claiming that it'll be an easy match against Acrose. So I think if Acrose can keep it close, you've got to start thinking that Epos is going to have that in the back of his mind a bit. So we are back on the KJ map.
Yeah, I've always felt that Epos is a player who is very mentally strong.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to bottle things easily.
No,
maybe individual rounds, sure, but whole matches is a rarity.
I think in BIPL last season, Boz won every round he was in, well, every match he was in, not every round, but every match he was in. And I think, didn't Acrose take him really quite close by just consistently near the end? I think he was the only one who took him to last chance, or at least close to that. Maybe I'm misremembering that.
Ooh, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Being honest,
I'm pretty sure I casted it, which is the only reason that I am thinking that. But I think he performed quite well in that, like in a position where he was behind after, you know, an early part of the match.
Yeah.
You see, they're keeping up again.
I think in the league there's, in my opinion, quite a clear top three of Boz, Epos, and Wizzy. All such dominant players. But then there's this pair of Welsh wildcards of Acrose and n0body who I wouldn't say, you know, all things fair, they're very likely to be able to beat any of the top three, but they'll at least push them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone is going to cause an upset, it'll be one of those two. As below them, there's then a bit of a
Floyd
gap
missed the
down
finish,
to
by the way.
sixth.
He lost third.
Oh, well done, Floyd. That is unfortunate. He at least will finish.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what, last season. What happened was something very similar, where Epos wouldn't have been considered one of those sort of top players. It would have probably just been Boz and Wizzy, and Wizzy had an off day, and Epos ended up beating him. And that's the sort of level I guess we're talking about now for people like Acrose and n0body. If they have a really, really good day, or one of the sort of top three have a really poor day, there is definitely that chance that they can get beaten.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Epos seeded 5th in BIPL 1, if I remember correctly, and there's a really nasty game in week 4 that seed 1, 3, and 5, and that was Wizzy, Acrose, and Epos.
Yeah. Well, n0body, what is that line?
It's a one-way ticket to mud, unfortunately for him.
I have an annual pass to that.
You have a pass? I just live there. Way easier.
It's close at the front again, but again, Epos just seems to have that slice advantage.
Yeah.
57.6. That's 0.1 off world record again.
Jesus.
Yeah, he looks comfortable on this map.
Acrose must be feeling a little mugged. He's driven, you know, 0.3 off world record, and he's got 2nd.
So n0body is now 1 round potentially away from last chance.
Indeed. So he will be needing a 1st or a 2nd here to try and avoid that.
Floyd always seems to have a little bit of a slower start compared to the other three. He's definitely been a lot more consistent than n0body, but
definitely, yeah.
But the pace-wise, yeah, exactly. But I think that's kind of what we expected coming into this. Probably, well, at least myself and Pads, predicting n0body's coming 4th. That's... Don't tell him. I'll be honest, my predictions today are modded anyway.
I actually think mine have been alright. I'll be intrigued to see the numbers once I give them out as to where I stand. I think I've done alright.
n0body is potentially going to avoid last chance again.
Epos!
He's going to win the round. Epos is...
He's going to win the round!
Amazing.
Even n0body agrees. n0body comes out with a huh as well, and
yeah. I mean, it's not a bad time.
That's
half second off of Epos's last round.
That's what Acrose wants to see, by the way. That is That's huge for him.
Yeah, I guess he'd be hoping he was first rather than second.
Yeah.
10 point swing, but it's still something. Gap is still 26 points, though.
I mean, how often are you going to get that at Epos? Complete first to last maneuver.
And again, Floyd is a little bit behind on this start.
Nobody's all over the shop.
Nobody is shaky. Floyd has to release, though. So again, all the action is up top.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They are equal at that CP.
That is crazy.
200 for now.
Acrose needs to push this. No, I think he's
Epos's end line is just so much better than Acrose.
Yeah.
They'll go into it a tenth apart and emerge 3 tenths apart. Floyd, nobody enters last chance here.
Yeah, and Floyd's not too far behind.
No.
Yep. But
and we go on to Worm.
Oh god.
I think my money's probably on nobody not making it through the first round on Worm.
If they're both last chance and neither finish, what happens?
It breaks Idle's spreadsheet, but I think it's done on last CP.
Okay.
Yeah. I was
mainly joking, but it's possible.
Should get 1 point. Because if you've managed to double DNF on last chance, you don't deserve third place. I would have been all in favour of doing that in Yara and Math last time.
That was amazing, that was.
God. Look, we started the highest league in, you know, British Trackmania esports for at least like 10 years or something, and that's what we get in week 1.
Yeah.
Stunning stuff, lads.
It's the new generation of TM players.
I mean, Chris was there as well.
He was there where it all began. In an age gone by.
Hopefully we can see Chris playing again. I'd love to see.
Yeah, it's always good to see
how
Chris
some of the more experienced players, shall we say, hold up against all the new kids on the block. I'd love to see, you know, a Jono, a Hotswat. Sorry, I got distracted by Acrose running out of tea.
Acrose running out of tea, I was going to say.
Nobody is complaining. He's still got plenty of alcohol in him.
I ran out of tea like a game and a half ago. I'm parched.
Oh. I never got a tea because I was building the stuff.
Slacking. I bought a flask up so that it would remain hot until the second game.
And you drank it all in the first game.
I drank it all in the first game anyway. Yeah.
Well done. Right. We should probably stop talking about tea and focusing on n0body. Who is currently 4th, but we have the ice to go.
All right, here we go.
Anything can happen.
I think we know what's going to happen. Yeah, n0body is going to be in the mud.
n0body is one who makes a mistake, and without
Floyd
a
does
major mistake from someone. No,
he's out. He's out.
He's done. He's done. Missed a chance for a double finalist there, but
shame.
Floyd will be delighted with this. Assuming it's the finish, which he does. Well, GG to n0body. It's such a silly name for things like that.
Where is that horn from?
It's from alcohol.
No idea. It's actually n0body himself just yelling into the car horn.
TM voice chat.
Everyone gets the gear.
Floyd in last chance. This would be even more impressive than Rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Floyd probably satisfied now. He'll be happy if he can continue.
Oh, that Epos line though.
He will.
Acrose looks like he's got better speed though.
He's got no speed coming onto the ice, and Acrose has got that slide a lot better.
Epos loses a lot of speed coming out.
And is Floyd actually going to make it? One more round.
Oh, very nice.
He's got a lot
What
of
is
work
that line?
to do.
Oh, it's scary.
Oh, I thought he was going to clip the hole there.
How close?
Keeps the gear.
Epos is 0.3.
Oh, and he gets turnaround pretty much perfect. It's going to be so tight here.
Well
I
played.
think Floyd just has it.
Well played from Floyd. That is... Acrose will be delighted by that.
Oh, 100%. He'll be thanking his fellow Welshman for work put him there.
I see, it's a conspiracy.
Yeah. Welsh match fixing. By both driving as well as possible. I've ever chewed through Acrose's internet cables. Actually, that's a lie. He doesn't have internet cables.
Oh, is he a Vodafone enjoyer now?
Yes, he's on 4G permanently, I believe, if I read the bug fixing from Boz correctly.
Ooh, Floyd
gets a dodgy section there, which lets Acrose back in the game.
Not what he needed. Everyone makes it around the ice very clean here, and you'd have to say this is probably it for Floyd. I don't see him outpacing.
Gets a bad trip.
Welsh PayPal?
Yeah, he needs some serious PayPal here. Someone could mess up the finish, but yeah, Acrose went as close to the outside as you possibly could have. But he's got away with it.
Well, GG to Floyd.
GG.
I think he'll take second place in this match.
Yeah.
When you have seeds.
Second place? He'd definitely take that now. He's come third.
Third place, yeah. You know, when you have seeds, I think 2 and 5 in your match, and you're someone who's realistically in relegation, scrap.
Oh, what's this lag? Oh, it's Acrose.
Acrose internet issues.
It's the best of Welsh internet featured here.
Epos just looks like he's going quicker than everyone else. Whenever I go on his cam, although that wasn't
quick. Cars on 1.5 times speed or something.
I think so. It must be.
He's doing the reverse chaotic sniper.
He speeds up his game.
And he's look at that gap. Oh, what is that line?
Dodgy drift across there, though.
He did then try and do a pretty ass drift, but then lost him about 10.5.
He's trying his hardest to give it up, but it's...
Gets a much better dirt section there. Gets a very tight turnaround.
Oh. Nice. Nice for Epos. He's gaining 4 points, or losing 4 less points, I suppose. What time was that? I didn't quite catch it.
Missed it. 56.3, so 0.3 off of what he's done in rounds before. And we head into Clueless.
It took like the match is already done.
It does look that way.
Which I don't necessarily fault them for. We probably will see them play it out. But yeah, not quite sure what's going on here.
What is this conversation?
I know.
Oh no. No.
They're going to go backwards.
No. They are doing a funny.
Oh, they are doing a funny.
Oh no.
What are they saying yes to? Is it backwards? Is it...
I don't know, but when they first
Are they just
joined,
going to DNF a bunch? I have no idea.
maybe they're going to let Acrose win around. That was mean. Ignore that.
If it is backwards, Acrose is a very good backwards player. Oh no.
No, this is looking fairly normal so far.
I'm scared to say anything just in case.
I know, I'm ready to just see a backwards or sideways car at any opportunity.
I think Doc knows what they're doing.
I have I'm lacking critical information. Oh, and there he is in the chat. Hello. Epos lost the gear early on the dirt, and Acrose is taking a 0.3 lead here, which he'll be happy with. Maybe that was what they were talking about.
Yes, I was right. Letting Crows win around. Oh, maybe not.
Right, I don't think that's
maybe not.
There's more speed coming in here from Epos.
Oh, are they going safe finish?
Maybe that could be it. I have no idea.
Am I going to be able to see where the safe finish is? They are.
Doing safe finish. And that is a yeah. Still equal my PB. 6,600 different.
Oh, they're just okay. This is now full safe finish track mania.
Yeah, I think they are. That's commenting on the fact that I think the safe finish on this track is probably riskier than the risky finish because you can just fly over it.
It is, yeah. You can full bonk and still make the risky.
Yeah.
I don't think we can even class it as a risky at this point.
Do you know that from experience?
I try and bonk on every single corner when I test these maps.
You'd be a
just
great
so I can
map
figure
tester.
out the lines.
Yeah. How did the Crows not touch that? Please, someone tell me.
I don't know. I do not know.
He's catching on Epos here.
Maybe a little more speed here, but it might be too little too late. But of course, it is all going to come down to who can release correctly for the safe finish. Assume we're doing this again. Neck and neck here. They go for the safe in, and it looks better for Acrose, and he gets it!
What a snipe!
And by 300ths, he picks it up. And maybe we found the key to making this match competitive. Just use the wrong finish every round. Who knew this would happen? Acrose is a safe in legend.
You know what? Maybe Acrose knew this was going to happen and has practiced. Maybe he's the mastermind and we're just all caught up in this.
Yeah. This is all Acrose as well.
What a drift.
Round 3 here on Clueless. Between the two teammates. For anyone less familiar with the British and Irish scene, these two both part of Team Wombo along with Boz, making up a solid 3 out of 5 of the top 5 players by seeding.
Oh, Acrose is bonked. He's going to have to get a really good safe in here.
Yeah, which
will he go risky? Will he break the pact?
They joke together, and that is why you end up with situations like this when they're stuck in a final together. He doesn't break the pact. Very honourable. I would be very tempted to.
Maybe if he was a little bit closer and he thought he could have sniped it, because I don't think you can with 0.6 on the safe finish. That feels like a lot.
I don't know.
Sure. I'm not sure. Are they going to do the safe fin on the KJ map when we get back around to it?
Which one's that?
The slow-mo fin on South.
Ah, yeah. The one that Charge somehow missed.
Yeah, yes.
That was kind of impressive. I still don't quite know how he did that.
Oh, look at that line. Crows with the speed.
Yeah, good stuff for Acrose.
Oh, was that a mistake from Epos?
Epos!
It looked like it, and he's half a second down, and could Epos try and go for a risky finish?
Surely not.
Get this closer together.
That'd be a great time to break the patch, though, when you're not going to be on the map again.
True, this will almost certainly be the last time they're on Clueless. There's no way this match goes on another 12 rounds. This match, it's going to be quite a long one, though.
It would only need to be 8 rounds, right? Because that's
8 rounds to be back on it, yeah.
Yeah. But there might be.
But we'd have other issues, because I'm fairly certain that would break idle spreadsheet first.
Because
it only goes up to round 32.
no.
I don't know whether that's like a mathematical possibility thing, or...
Back on Sow Daddy.
Well,
sus.
We might not know the correct way to pronounce it, but we now know the wrong way to pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't think that's... Yeah. Oh no, they've both stopped driving. Are they going to be cooking something else up again?
Yeah, they're having a nice another combo. I was wondering if they sat in VC together.
Oh,
Okay, joke's over. Comeback starts now.
Yeah, wins 3 out of the 4 rounds on the ha hee hee. Mono, just for you, Epos is going for a stadium roof climb.
Right now.
Oh, there he goes. Is he going to try and flip back onto the track with one of these halfbacks?
No, because they're not... Oh.
Yeah, no.
No, he is literally just on his own adventure here. Players deciding they don't actually need warm-up anymore.
Speaking of, doesn't Kaki start tomorrow? Maybe he's getting warmed up.
Yes! Yeah, he's getting warmed up for that. Oh,
if he'd got the nose
God.
boost,
I thought it been a nose boost, that, yeah.
Yes, nose boost. That's a very easy thing to do there.
I wouldn't put it past Epos. Oh, look in chat. There you go, Kaki.
I would.
Nose boost, obviously a staple of competitive Trackmania.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't seen one yet.
Oh, don't give Team World Tour any more ideas.
Epos gets the nose
straight
slide.
into the wall, and hey, maybe the
comeback.
comeback is on.
You know what? He could have used that warm-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens when you spend warm-up just driving around in grass for a bit of fun?
Acrose, bomb it as much as you can. Try and get him to DNF.
Oh, make me think of that old rule they had in TMGL for a bit.
Oh,
what,
if you were
5-second timeout.
Yeah, or 3 CPs ahead. Yeah.
I hated that.
Oh.
Because it could happen like before the identity. So.
Yeah.
Yes. If Acrose wants to avoid last chance on this map, he has to win every single round, even then he will get dumped into last chance to start a worm. Which I'm fairly certain would also make it the longest match of competition already. I think the current longest is 27 rounds, and we are on 25 right now.
Nobody's had enough.
Nobody has only... I didn't realise he was still in it.
He might not have himself.
Maybe he passed out, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he was watching to see if he could learn some lines for next week. Maybe that's what he thought the safe finish was. It was a new strat.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he thought he'd been losing.
He thinks it's a legitimate strat. I mean, we've seen it in some cups of a day. It's not impossible.
True.
Have they tried double respawning all the checkpoints? It's very close anyway, here for first. Oh, 2000th in it.
An actual race in our hands. Although this is looking good for Acrose, it's just Epos's end is so fast.
Yep. He has to build up a 0.2 win to even stand a chance in the end.
Yeah.
Better drift though from Acrose.
So.
Getting a little bit of a lead here. Oh, not as good a drift there though. Super close.
He gets it all right there. And he looks like he's going to hold on.
Oh, they're not going safe. Shame.
Nah, bruv, what am I doing? Guh. Replied Acrose.
Well, I mean, Epos regularly hitting sort of 0.6s, 0.8s in the first time this came around, so
yeah.
I can see why you'd be disappointed with that.
I don't think Epos is too in the mud. He would need to lose 5 rounds consecutively now to lose the match.
Yeah. It's been known to happen, but probably not to Epos. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it.
That's a really good
Acrose
line
was a
from
very
him.
tight drift.
Yeah, it didn't
Epos
work out.
with much more speed.
Bit of a release. Goes with a tiny bit more speed. Better line there from Epos.
Important round, because if Acrose loses, he is dumped directly onto last chance.
Oh,
but he is not
Epos.
going to. Epos with another mistake. No way he bottoms this, right? We've talked about his mental attitude. We've talked about how he's one of the best players in the UK on current form. Winner of Gamax, winner of BIPC. can't finish a map built by KJ.
It's the Welsh connection between KJ and Acrose.
I know.
It's really paying off now.
He feels at home on this map.
So, since it's just been the two of them, Acrose has lost 1 round. And has won all the rest.
And it's been a little while, it's been just the 2 of them.
Yep.
Well, this match is now confirmed to be the longest in the competition so far. Because even if Acrose loses twice here, it'll be 28 rounds.
On DM idle. Spreadsheet. Panic.
Yeah, ding donk.
It's just, that bit in Wallace and Gromit where Gromit is building the train track ahead of the train track. It's like that with him adding extra fields at the bottom of the spreadsheet.
I think, to be honest, he's seen the script. He knows that Epos is going to win it just before round 32.
I've just done some mental number crunching here. This round literally does not matter. Cool.
It does.
Acrose will be in last chance anyway.
Yeah, Acrose would be in last chance anyway, and whether or not he gets 3 seconds or 1 first and 2 seconds, Epos ends up in last chance. So that round is utterly pointless, but Epos picks up the win.
What about for the mental? Didn't think of that.
The mental. Boy, number is red. Well observed. He's not using Dossard. That honestly has me surprised that he's spotted the number is red. That is out of character for Wumbo players.
All right, now we're on to Worm. Ain't no way.
Worm.
Yeah. The longest this can now go on for, I think, is another 3 rounds. If that is 3 losses by Epos, but...
Is Epos going to actually warm up this time? He's
he
learned his lesson. He has learned his lesson.
His mistake from last time.
Well, I'll tell you this. Epos has had more of a warm-up, so it's basically guaranteed win for him.
Yep. And he gets a good ice line on the warm-up as well.
It'd be very interesting if Acrose wins this.
Okay.
Yeah, so... This sausage drift is so nasty because of that inside. You go into it and you just start, like, hugging it. There is no way out.
But if you don't hug it, you lose... You lose ground contact and you fly out the other end of the sausage.
Yeah, it's a very precise little drift. I really like it, to be honest. I think it's a really fun corner.
Oh, here goes Epos. Off into... Is that a random sign just floating?
Don't think about it.
Mime. Sort it out,
It is.
Mime. It
is. Mime, man.
The stream is not seeing this.
You'll have us. Whatever that means.
Very close there to the wall from Epos.
Yeah. No one into the wall or picking up gear soup at the start.
What'll happen after the release here from Epos? Will it bear fruit?
Oh, the release. It looks decent. Oh, Acrose is getting Welsh interneted.
Who's got a better exit to the ice? It's a little bit better from it's about even actually.
Yeah, I think Acrose had it slightly better, but not enough to bring down the gap. 0.3 here. I think this match might finally be done.
It's a great line from Acrose though. It's a lot of speed. Might be a bit too little too late. Yeah, that's definitely too little too late.
And Epos sailed into the risky finish.
GG from Epos.
That match looked a little hairier than he would have wanted. He probably didn't want to finish on 11 points at the end, but he gets the 4 points. He stays at the top of the table in Div 1, and that ultimately is what counts.
We are now back on cameras for anyone who was not aware. I'll tell you this time.
I was typing.
Oh, you're picking your nose. Sorry, typing. Yes.
yeah, sorry. No, I'm pinging Mime saying, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
This floating sign. Anyway, yeah, a good game in the end. Probably not as close as we were hoping on some of the sections of it. I think we possibly would have wanted a sober n0body to fight off against Floyd, because I think that was where the main fight was always going to be on this one. Oh, I didn't stop the recording on the bloody thing. What match were we in for?
Yes.
Sorry, carry on without me. I need to quickly stop the thing recording.
No problem.
Yeah, tell you what, shall we have a quick look at the results of the other games? I presume they're all in, because that went on forever, so...
Sure, give me 1 second.
Okay. In the least surprising turn of events known to mankind, the match of Bozpez, Jorday, and Divino finished Bozpez, Jorday, Divino. N7 couldn't make it, and yep, that match pretty much went exactly as I thought it would. And we haven't had results posted from the mainstream match. That's because it is still ongoing.
They managed to beat us on longest game.
Not in terms of rounds, it's just ended.
Good.
That match ends Hendo, Babs, Matt T, and Liffey. In that order.
How close was it between Babs and Hendo?
23 points left for Hendo, so
not bad.
Complete domination, but comfortable.
Okay. Do we know whether we're going to be able to get an interview with Epos?
I do not.
Can you? Would someone else mind doing it? I'm posting the results.
I'm going to bring up the table because all the results are now in. So let's transition over to that. A bit of magic. And as we can see, we've got the four players who won week 1 also won week 2.
Yep.
The 4 players that were second.
Is up for an interview, so
he's always up for an interview.
Oh yeah, of course he is. Move him into 2.
Epos.
Hello.
Good result there.
Yeah, it was. Shaky at the end, though.
4 points.
A little bit shaky at the end. You said last week that it would be an easy game against Acrose. Did that pan out the way that you thought it would?
I mean, let's be honest here. I just kind of trolled the second half. I stick to what I said. Easy peasy. Acrose is free.
Fair. Farming the points off of Acrose.
Nah, unless, he played good.
Unless you both decide to go for the safe finish on Clueless, at which point he seems to have a slight advantage.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He was really good at the safe in. I wish I was as good as him.
Is that something that you would discuss beforehand?
I asked him if he wanted to do it in the match the entire way, but he didn't want to do it. So shame. I thought I'd ask since we both got to finalist, and when he said yeah, I was happy.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of rounds where even if you went safe finish, you probably still would have beaten nobody. But...
I mean, maybe, yeah, I don't know. I think he had a few too many at the pub.
Yeah.
I think I would have to agree with you there.
But no, it was fun. And yeah, obviously it wasn't easy. It's just I drove pretty well in my first half, and the second half was pretty bad from me, but like still, Acrose capitalizes. He's good.
Yeah.
At the start of that match, for the first probably 12 rounds or something like that, I think you only lost 1, and it was one where you came last because you made a mistake right at the end. Was that?
Yeah, but it was fairly solid.
Well, it was on 110 for at least 8 rounds.
Yeah.
It was for
I remember that.
I
felt really good.
What happened? Was it like a lack of focus in the second half, or was it just like what was it that changed between the first and second half? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, to be honest, it started going downhill when we started doing the safe in, and I think it's just because I was laughing. I was just having fun. And so, yeah, maybe it was just like focus died because, I don't know, I was having fun. Rather than being like, oh, this is a match. I was just like, hee, we're going safe in.
Yeah, I mean, on Saudade, you may not have used your warm-up super effectively just driving around the stadium grass.
Yeah, usually it's a buff. I don't know. Like usually it's good. It's like good fortune for me, but I don't know.
I mean, some players don't do warm up. If I remember correctly, I think Carl doesn't.
Yeah, I think so, and Mudder as well. As far as I'm aware.
There's a couple of very top tier MGL players who you just see sat there.
Yeah.
Fair.
So.
But like I don't know, the mistakes I made on Saudade at the end was so stupid. Like the no slide at the start. Then I think I just decided to lose 0.3 or 0.4 on one of the rounds, and he beat me very tightly. And then the other, I just went head first into the inside drift, and it's just, I don't know, not mistakes you make when you focus. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I get,
either way.
I get feeling you won't be too sad to see that map out the map pool now.
I am so happy. My words cannot comprehend.
Have you watched the map release for the new one then?
I did, and I thought it was. It looked good. Don't get me wrong, but it looks so easy. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my opinion when I play it, but it looked like there's so little time to gain on the map, especially when I play the likes of Hendo, Wizzy, Boz. I think it's just going to be milliseconds every round. Whoever risks a little bit more on the turns that you can gain.
I think it could end up being closer with Clueless and that map both in there that are both easier maps and they're going to be full pace. So.
And speaking of Hendo, next week you've got a match against him and Jaffa. I think Davigno is supposed to be playing in that, but it looks like he's not attending. How do you think that match is going to go compared to this week?
Hendo and Jaffa?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of hard because, I mean, you saw how Jaffa played today. Well, maybe you didn't. I don't know.
I did
Jaffa
not.
How did
Jaffa play today?
He was beating Wizzy for the first half of his match.
Oh, wow.
And into the ending segment, he was like, I don't know, maybe 15 points ahead of Wizzy. He was playing really good. And him and Hendo and me, I don't know. I can't pick who wins. I'd like to say me, obviously. But if Jaffa plays how he does today and Hendo plays how he usually plays, it's just going to be so tight every round.
And the other thing as well is you'll be starting off with only 3 players, I guess, if Davigno's not going to be playing. So will that change anything going into it mentally, starting with only 3 players?
I think, weirdly enough, it makes the first place points less valuable because getting 0 points taken off of you is super, super valuable. But when you're fighting, sometimes, I don't know, you risk for a first place. And now I don't think it's so worth it. But I don't know. In terms of the players, I don't think it makes a difference to me whether there's 3 or 4. But maybe it changes how much I risk. I don't know.
Yeah, the points loss for coming last row ends up significantly reduced because it's -9 instead of -10, and obviously first place is -2 instead of 0. So
yeah, it kind of makes it a little bit of a Marius format. I don't know. It's the issue, in my opinion, with reverse cut mode. It's like even if you get like 3 first places, you get 2 last, and you're square even again, and it's just I don't know. I guess that's the only thing it changes between 3 and 4 players. But nah, I don't know. I think it'll be a good match. That's all I want, really.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's a shame Vinky can't make it because I think that would have made the match an absolute banger, seeing what on earth he does. You never know what to expect from Davigno. He certainly does things. He doesn't tend to have issues with pace.
No, not at all.
No,
but he does
just
have
issues with keeping the car on the track, pointing the correct direction.
It's like there's a code in his game where the walls have magnet, and he's just attracted to them.
I'm a little bit disappointed that n7 couldn't make it today because I think n7 against Davigno would have been a more interesting one.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and Jorday as well. I think that would have been good. It's sad play.
Did anyone see how Jorday played?
I did not. No,
I did not. But
we've been on stream, unfortunately, the whole time.
Unfortunately, yeah.
True. But I didn't know whether maybe one of you was sneakily having your second monitor open, having a look at Jorday.
We would never admit to that on stream.
Nah, you would never.
I think Chris was recording it, so there will be a VOD of it. So I might go back and watch that. But I mean, Jorday's relatively consistent anyway. So I think Jorday's got an advantage over Vinky just by being able to get to the end every time.
Yeah, for sure. That's his one issue. Like, Vinky never struggles with pace, but it's so frustrating because, I don't know, I support Da Vinky a lot, and when he does mistakes that you just can't make, it's so frustrating to watch. But yeah. He knows my opinion on that.
So obviously now we're into the final 3 weeks. The top 4 start playing each other, which means more shifts at the top of the table.
Yay.
Obviously, one of those you versus Hendo, which has already been discussed. The other one is Boz versus Wizzy.
Is that next week?
That's next week. Boz, Wizzy, Floyd,
my
Babs.
Lord.
That is going
And
to
Babs.
be. Yep, Babs in there too, who he has had a strong start of season as 10th seed, the fact that he's walked away with 2 second places so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Losing them to Hendo and yourself, they're not easy players to beat.
No.
Yeah, and I mean, he took me down to like 20 points. I saw that he took Hendo down to 20-ish points.
Mm.
So, I don't know. If Wizzy or Boz is caught lacking, Babs is going to be there smiling at the points.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough match for Floyd, I imagine. But I think that'll be a belter. But if you had to pick now, Boz or Wizzy, who you saying wins that?
It's got to be Boz. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boz has had more time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Wizzy's also focusing on World Cup, and he's focusing on XP Evo, I think it is, as well.
Yeah,
that's coming up.
He's just devoting all of his time to BIPL when he does play. So I'd definitely put my money on Boz if I had to choose someone.
How do you think you'd do against Boz?
I would get smoked, no question. my pace is there, sure, but like the consistency. I mean, if I play like I played in the first half, then yeah, sure, I'd pin myself to have a good shot. But it's when I stop focusing, and yeah, if I can maintain match focus, I'd pin myself a good shot against Boz. But I don't know, Boz is more trained than me on these maps, so I mean.
How much time have you had chance to spend on these maps, would you say?
Couple hours on each of them. Whereas, like, when I'm actually good, I'd say I usually have between 6 and 10 hours on maps. So for me, it's like
I you had for Racer Summit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like at the 2-hour mark, give or take, I start developing the pace, and then I need an extra 4 to 8 hours to get the consistency on it. So yeah, sure, I'm gonna match Boz in some rounds, but he's just gonna outconsist me. Outconsist me? Is it? Yeah.
That's English?
A word.
Close enough. We're gonna call it a word.
Outconsist me.
Let's roll with it. Outconsist you.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have me in the consistency department. I have no doubt in my mind about that. And if he doesn't, then I don't know. He's got a cold. Meteor hit his house or something.
Right, so you heard it here first, folks. Epos wants Boz to have a cold when they play.
Exactly.
Is the Epos Boz showdown saved for the last week, or is it in?
It is.
It is.
It is saved for that war, so that could be the deciding match as well.
Decent chance of it, but it depends.
Because by that,
Hendo or Wizzy can throw an upset in.
Yeah, exactly.
Because by that time it'll be Liberty plus.
Sun Petal.
It'll be Liberty, Sun Petal, Manifest,
and then has Manifest
the new map.
Oh, the new map. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be the one that I play them on. Those 3. I'm pretty comfortable on Sun Petal. I really liked playing that. Like it was so easy for me to play, and I could set pretty decent times round after round.
Apart from the jumping to the black platform
incident. but like, okay,
that was only 2 rounds.
I'm gonna jump a little bit more left, and then I'll be alright.
Speaking of jumping to a black platform, there was something we noticed in the match which I wanted to ask you about, which was on Worm, before the ice section when there's a jump onto the magnet, you were releasing before that jump and nobody else was. Is that something that you've sort of worked on and figured out is faster, or is it just something you're more comfortable doing? It's more like consistent.
I don't know whether it's faster. I haven't gone into the editor and tried it, but it just feels better for me. I don't know whether it is faster or isn't. I feel like when you get it good, it is faster, but I can't say for sure. But for sure, it's something I preferred in practice than just doing the full jump line.
It was hard to tell because sometimes you seem to just go flying past people, but I feel like the bigger jump line is a lot more hit or miss. Like there were sometimes you could take a lot of speed out of it, and sometimes someone would just completely mess it up.
Yeah, for sure it was more consistent. That's what I think. But maybe I'm completely chatting. But I don't know. I was really comfortable with it.
No, it looked good.
Like occasionally you would get like more acceleration coming out of it than everyone else. Like, I mean, there were a lot of people who were going for the longer, the full jump line and were taking quite a bit of speed out of it, but it seemed quite inconsistent compared to, it seemed like you always had sort of similar speed coming out of it.
Yeah, exactly. I usually have, I don't know, within like 10 speed, the same. So I will have something between 120 on landing to 130. So it's easy to control, which I like. I don't know. I'll say it again and again. It's so boring, but consistency is this game. Like, it really is. Consistency is everything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and well done on your performance today.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well played.
Thank you.
Yeah. Number 4 points, and good luck next week.
Yeah,
Thanks. I actually need it. All right.
I'm sure you'll do
guys.
well.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. That was a good match to finish off with.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Ended up being quite close.
Yeah, I think next week is going to be interesting as well. We're going to be in for a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a few really good matches. I mean, almost all the Div 1 matches look spicy.
It's almost like they get spicier the later you get, right?
Yeah, we're getting into the pointy end of the season where
it's almost like the league was designed that way. But it didn't work last time because nobody somehow managed to seed second and then finish 15th overall. So thank you for that.
Oh god, yeah, designed to generate that content the last couple of weeks.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that match we were talking about with Epos, Hendo, and Jaffa is probably the pick of the bunch.
Yeah, definitely.
Either that or Boz and Wizzy. But I mean, the fact that we've got two matches like that.
Battle of the
Boz, Wizzy, Babs, Floyd could be very, very good.
Yeah, battle of the strange input devices. We'll see. But yeah, proves to be another good one.
Indeed.
So.
All right. Well,
right.
I guess it's time to wrap it up. So.
Yep. Let's avoid another podcast like over my channel. That was a bit much.
Yeah.
Look, I need to get my tea. I don't even drink tea. I don't know why I'm saying that. I need to get a drink though.
But yeah, we won't give Chris nightmares about how long the VOD goes on for. Yeah,
indeed.
Right, until next week then.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining. Thanks, Doc. Thanks,
thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Catch you all next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.
Awkward waving for camera.